Hey, Gavax here. So, today I want to break down RPOs, how they're ran, run a couple, and I want to show you the glitchiest one that I found in the game so far. It is amazing against cover 2, kills it. It is like 30 yards, if not a touchdown. But, you know, there are counters for it, so it's not like unstoppable. But the counters have counters with the play. So, we'll get through that. Maybe we should do that right off the bat. This is going to be a part of my Jaguars ebook. Subscribe to my Twitch channel if you want to see that. I'll have it out in the next couple days. But basically, if you want to look at all the RPOs on offense here, it says Steelers, but I'm in the Jags playbook. You got the RPO read, peek, and alert here. So RPO reads are very similar to RPO peeks in the fact that you have to hit A to hand the ball off on RPO peeks reads. Alerts, you have to actually hit the button of the wide receiver to throw it, or else it'll get handed off. All right, so let's say do the stretch alert lookie. I like the stretch alerts. The favorite, like that with the slant, like generally to a trips. Bubble alerts are really good too, in my opinion, where the slant is going one way and the bubble's the other way. So let's see if I can't. I know there's one in the run heavy, so let's do something like the stretch alert bubble over here with the strong slot. So we'll just watch this. All right. So Tampa 2 will go against here. So stretch alert. So if you don't do anything, it'll just hand the ball off. See that? And the computer's taking it. All right. So that's the alert. But if you do see something like crashing down, and then you want to hand it, you gotta hit the receiver icon right away. B, so you can throw this bubble. So there you go, and then you just throw it around. These are great. Bubbles are great against blitzes. So you got the action going one way, then you throw it across. I did this against an opponent, and they had to sit. You can see it on my second channel. They had to sit on that nickel cornerback, so they weren't even in the middle of the field. They had to protect against this bubble because it was so powerful. Not as necessarily in this formation, but it was in a different trip set. So the alert are my favorite in the game. My glitchy one is not in the alerts though. But the alerts just generally across the board, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of those online. So get used to it between the slant on the backside and the bubbles. Super good. Bubbles are a little tougher, but you kind of want to hold your water. Have two defenders over there. Base aligning is death against it. So don't base align. Have defenders. I've seen defenders dropping to hook zones and be able to stop that bubble. So make sure and just have enough guys over there. Like a guy out wide there, let them just sit a line. So your blitzes are gonna get eaten up with the bubble alerts or just bubble passes in general. I mean, and that's kind of like the whole point of it, right? And the thing about the RPO zone alert bubble, that when the run goes that way, it feels like the defense is flowing that way. So like while it's nice for the inside zone, so I can just let it hand off here on the inside zone. All you gotta do is make a move on him, but that's decent inside zone. But like when I'm doing this play here, as Moncrief is sitting there, and that's fine. I should have enough blockers to stop it. But because like the user's running that way, it's a lot easier for him to shut down a bubble when the user's there. So like this. It's a good bubble. It's like all other bubbles. But sometimes also another tip, maybe let the computer take it right off the bat. And then take it over like right after you let it go. Stiff arms are also very good. Stiff arm and juke moves are the way to go this year. But so it's solid, but it feels like you can't distract the user. And then the user is the most powerful. If you're playing a good player, the user is the most powerful player. So my favorite, and I think you're going to see a lot of these inside zone bubbles, or runs the other way and bubble the other way. But they're both effective, especially against blitzes. So get used to it. That's why I think like trip sets are kind of like okay this year because of those bubbles. So RPO peak. This is where my glitchy play is, the RPO peak. Now what's glitchy? Do you see that route on the right side of screen right? Oh, I'm like a weatherman here. This one right here. Super good, especially against cover 2. Cover 3 it's great against also, but cover 2 it's a let me find the actual play that I like the most. RPO bubble Y pop. Love this play. It is currently in the Eagles, just based off Madden Focus. So Madden Focus right here. There's a lot of similar plays. They're not all the same, you know, because like this one's different than this one, you know what I'm saying? Some of them have better blocking. This one's blocking is dependent on a guy not getting off the edge at you, or else you have to make a split decision. So some defenses get better pressure. You can still beat it even with the good pressure because you have to make quick decisions. It is a very high skill cap play too. So it's risky. And it's something you want to, I'll show you a tip in a second, how you want to mitigate that risk a little bit. So RPO bubble Y pop. Let's go against nickel formation. 3-5, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Cover 3 buzz. All right. So here's the play. Did I say cover 3? I wanted to, oh shoot, whatever. Anyways, against a cover 3, you see how he stops? Easy. Right? See how that guy's backing off? The option route stops in front of a cover 3. Okay? Watch it again. Stops. So it's an easy 5 yards. And that's the bad one, alright? The not as good. So watch it versus a cover 2. And you gotta get this out quick too, right? You're gonna get pressure. Alright, so watch this. Here's a cover 2. Watch the same play. Watch that same corner. Do you see how he bites on the run? And then you get up, what is that, 15, 20 yards, 25 yards? So it basically negates the entire zone. You just run past that guy without any type of jam, and it's just you throw it right over top of him. So let's watch it again. I'll show you it's repeatable. Love this play. And you just throw it right past him. So the RPO, the run, sucks that corner down, and he doesn't get a jam, doesn't do anything. It's basically free yardage. So you're like, wow, that's glitchy as hell. What's the counters? Well, a couple things happen here. A couple things that are issue. One, watch the tight end pop. So the tight end's on a straight streak. So against blitzes, you could also high point that tight end. High points are okay. You could quick throw the tight end, but it's risky because users are near there. You don't really have anything else to distract the user. You also have that bubble over there on the right. So if you quick throw the RB here, if they're blitzing off that edge too, you quick throw that, you can get around it also that way if you get a good blocker on that far receiver. So that's also glitchy out there. The downside here is if, say, they send this guy. So now he's going. Oh, yeah, he's been going the whole time. Generally, the blocking sometimes weird. Okay, so the blocking setup there, okay. But generally, you get very fast pressure on you. All right, and it's an RPO, so you can't really sit on it, too, or else you get a legal man downfield. It's kind of like the bouncing mechanisms. But right here, this is not terrible just to hand it off. You're going to have to try and beat somebody. But, like, just hand it off to your running back. And, oh, the insta-shed killed me. But the handoff's also not bad, especially if they focus a lot on the bubble on the right side. So, like, the best way of defending this, I think I found so far, is if you go cover 2 and you man him up. So if they man him up over there, which a lot of people start to do if you start throwing that over and over, you can always just run the ball here too. Like the first play, you want to run the ball, and then watch that corner over there. If that corner is running back with the wide receiver, you know they're manning him up. And of course, you're going to probably run this a couple plays during the game. So don't run this every play because they'll start manning up in different ways. But so the man him up, so you can't throw the bubble pop. So watch what happens when I man him up against. Oh shoot, was that cover 2? So manned up, cover 2. So go right here. So when I try to throw it against a manned up cover 2, because he doesn't recognize the man up in a normal man up, he will do a stop. So like if I call a man blitz here, something with the AI on these blitzes. So if I do a straight up Mike blitz O and it's man coverage, and you can tell man coverage, this also kills man coverage. I'll show you why right here. Because you get an instant 5 yards against even man coverage. Okay, not bad. It's not great. You break that tackle and you're gone. But say it's like cover 3 and cover 2, so it goes based off of that. So that's kind of that kind of sucks that it doesn't actually adapt to the man coverage. That it doesn't do that stop route and get you the 5 yards. It'll keep going and get you an interception. So unfortunately, the game isn't that smart yet. Whereas in real life, as you notice, it's man coverage. He'll throw it and he'll do the stop route. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. Some receivers are better than others. So right here, cover 2, then they're out there, right? I guess Y is open here too. Against cover 2. Always look there first and foremost. Not first. I like looking to the left first. Otherwise, handoff, bubble pop, the pop to the tight end, and the bubble to Smith-Schuster. So say they're in that man blitz again. I wonder if they re-man him up. If that'll go with him, or if that'll make that wide receiver stop. But otherwise, you can. Yeah, it made the wide receiver stop, even with the reman up. So that doesn't matter. If it's a man call on the field, it's a man call. Mike blitz. And remember, guys will come off the edge super fast. So see, there's a good way of stopping that. So cover 2, and then like that's kind of throwing an interception. Cover 2, man up the guy on the left. But then if that happens, always check on the offensive side, the tight end or the running back, as those are also very good. So that's my favorite RPO in the game, and like I said, it's available in a few books. This is part of the Jags book. So RPOs, how else do you want to learn how to throw RPOs? Right? You're basically making reads in the handoffs. All right, let's get to concepts. They're in almost every single book in the game. Some have more than others. RPO wide receiver read screen. Let's watch this one. Let's do cover 2 again. So same concept. Look at that Washington route. Watch the corner. See, that time he got a bump on him, which means he didn't believe on it. He didn't believe it as much. So the peak one works. You see that? I'll show it in replay. So not all of them were great. So test them out. But yeah, the peak one works. This one is not a peak RPO. So FYI. This is let's see. So basically, 2 of them don't hand the ball off. 1 of them does. Yeah. And bubble screens are better than what regular wide receiver screens too. It's been like that for a couple years now. So bubble screen. So that's why I like the Jags. But it's also, like I said, in Chiefs, Eagles, Colts, Bears. That same play. But that's kind of what I want to show. Do you have any other questions on the RPOs? Basically, get into practice mode and use them. They're not that tough to learn. You hand the ball off. You hit A. Did I say that? You hit A to hand the ball off, and then you hit the button of the receiver. All right. So RPO peak. There's that RPO bubble Y pop. So enjoy RPO zone peak. I'll show it to you here. This one's also nice. The difference is here, like if they're sending a man blitz, you got to make sure to get these things out pretty quick. The Y and X are better against man blitz, but this cover 2, I'll show it to you. Same concept. You throw it right down the sidelines. He doesn't get a jam. It's a perfect. So those are nice right there. Those option routes. And that's kind of what I want to say about that. Otherwise, man blitz over Storm Brave. Smith-Schuster. Just watch out for the user. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Also, man blitz. I'll do a video on beating man also. It's also, you can't really like make adjustments on RPOs, which kind of suck too. That's kind of one of the downfalls. You can't adjust any blocking or any routes for some reason. But yeah, they're basically locked into who they are. It's one downside of RPOs. Hand it off, hitting A. There you go. So that's it for the video. Hopefully this taught you about RPOs, how they use in the glitchy RPO that I've been using a little bit. But like I say, RPOs, you got to get them out quick or you're going to get a legal man downfield. So just know that. But there's so many different RPOs. I'm kind of excited about them this year. I'm going to try to work them in the scheme quite a bit. But thanks for watching. Call to action. See you tomorrow.